We're trying to find these kids.
Sandra Valles is leading an investigation of sorts at Lee High School. This former police officer turned assistant principal is part of a team trying to track down 260 students who didn't show up for the new school year.
Some may be homeless, some may have had a baby, or somebody may stayed home to take care of small children. There's just a bunch of different situations that happen out there.
No matter the situation, the school's goal is to connect students and their families with resources to remove any barriers standing in their way of an education. But first, they have to find them.
We'll do things like reach out to them on social media. We go to their friends. If they were in organizations in the past, we look at who their teachers were the previous year and we send them emails and say, hey, did you ever overhear, or who did they talk to? You put all the picture together and all of a sudden now we've got a place where we can start.
They call it the leaver process.
They can be leavers for a variety of reasons. I think the assumption is that they're always dropouts, and that's not the case. I think that has a negative connotation, and we have to be careful that sometimes life happens. They're leavers because they're not back enrolled with us here.
Any more today, Tina?
Every day, school staff compares their list of leavers, seeing what new information they might have uncovered. Sometimes,
I think that's actually one.
Cases are solved.
That's another one off the list.
So he's now with his grandmother, and she brought him in to re-enroll.
And that's one of those situations where something in the family dynamic has changed.
He's a new one coming off the list.
Very good.
Other times, there are simply no leads.
I would like to say that every year we get down to 0 kids, and that's not reality. And ultimately our frustration is, where are these? These are human beings that are unaccounted for that we cannot find.
That's when school staff takes the search to the district level, to NEISD Director of Family Support Services, Tyler Shoesmith.
These kiddos, when they leave the school district, there is not, Social Security Administration or IRS, they're not looking for these students. So if you have an unaccompanied youth who doesn't come back the next school year, that kid could be in a harmful situation. We don't know where that child might be.
His best investigative tool, the internet.
We're able to either find a parent or relative or brothers, sisters, cousins, mothers somewhere, and be able to figure out the spider web that's able to track them back to the kid and hopefully find an area for them. I've found people in South Africa, I've found them in Europe at a private school in France, kids in England, DOD schools in Okinawa.
Locating the student who is not in school is also a victory. Getting them back in class is the next big hurdle.
The ones that for us are the most rewarding are where life has happened to the student or life has happened to the family, and we'll get to where the assistant principal and the counselor and our family specialists, who are folks on the campus that really help students and their families remove obstacles so that they're successful here. We'll get that team, they'll hop in a car and they head over to the living room.
What's going on with those kids? They deserve a chance. They deserve to come back to get their education.
And it's our prerogative to find these kids, make sure they're going to school, but also to make sure they're safe. If we don't look for them, no one else is looking for them at this point.
Myra Arthur, KSAT 12 News.